Peace, y'all. What's good? It's your sis, Moon Magic. I'm a hip-hop artist, MC, and intuitive, aka the hip-hop witch. And welcome back to my channel. We're going to be doing a intuitive message for the new moon in Cancer, which is happening June 28th. Although this is a timeless intuitive message that I trust that you will find at the right time and is still applicable to you whenever you do find it. Disclaimer real quick, as with all tarot readings, I believe that tarot readings, one, cannot set in stone anything in the future. Our future is always changing dependent on our action, and can just read the energy that is around us, which is always changing, and help us to kind of navigate that energy and the things that are happening on the subconscious level. I also believe that tarot is a reciprocal practice and works best when you are tapped into your own intuition. So definitely take the time to take a couple deep breaths with me as we tune into this reading. And above all, always make sure that you take the parts that resonate with you and leave the rest. This is a general reading, so it may not be the message for you. And if you feel any type of way about it that is negative or not sure, then it probably is not for you, or it is bringing something up that you may not be ready to really address at this moment. And it's best to honor those things and, again, listen to your own intuition above all. Without further ado, but without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started and pull some cards for this new moon in Cancer. My moon sign is actually in Cancer, so it is a sign that I feel most at home with, especially when it is in the moon sign. So it's definitely a very watery energy. There's probably a lot of feelings going around. I know there has been for me, and a lot going on in our home lives, because the Cancer is all about the home. It's all about, you know, being bundled up in a nice blanket and, you know, being in that shell and protecting that shell, and nurturing, and even like home cooked meals, or just curling up, watching a good movie or reading a book. So that might be the energy that you're feeling during this time. Before I get started, I also want to thank your guides, thank my guides, thank the divine for this time together, and ask the divine to bless this time together and to bless you and these messages, and that they may resonate with your spirit and help us on our journey and how to navigate this time the best. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. Sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And of course, the Three of Swords came out right away, which, you know, it's really funny because before I started this video, I told myself that I was not going to make this video a relationship reading. I was not going to have it focused on heartbreak. But I definitely feel like that's just confirmation that a lot of us are going through heartache, heartbreak. And with it being reversed, I feel like it is not something that is new. I feel like this is residual, something from the past that is being triggered during this time period, especially with everything that's happening in the world. I think a lot of us may be feeling a lot of emotions based on things that have happened in our past. And this also could be like a relationship where like your ex comes back into your life, or, you know, an on again, off again type of relationship, or, you know, someone who you thought, like a friend or something. For some of you, it will be a friend. Some of you, it could be a parent, you know, who you thought you could, we're not going to be allowing to hurt you in that way again. And then you get hurt. And, you know, there's a need during this time period to address some of the heart, and connect with the heart. Yeah, and that's just confirmation with the Eight of Cups that just popped in right here. So we have Three of Swords reversed and the Eight of Cups, which is all about, you know, not feeling fulfilled, not feeling satisfied with the cups that are here, and needing to go on a deeper inner journey, and needing to discover what is going to make us feel fulfilled, what is going to make us happy, what is going to take us out of this energy. And it usually is indicating that we need to dive deeper into our spiritual journey, deeper into our connection to the divine. And so right off the bat, You know, I'm getting, especially with this being a Cancer new moon vibe, is like if you do have an altar space at home or somewhere where you pray or somewhere where you meditate, or even like your bedroom, your bed, you know, to clear that space, you know, clean your sheets, you know, sage your home, or use incense if, you know, you don't use sage, or can't have access to it because, you know, we definitely want to make sure we're using it responsibly, or any kind of other herb, or even just, you know, dusting out your room, or sweeping out, you know, old dirt off of your floor, you know, like very spring clean type of vibes. And while you're cleaning, you know, you can have some, you know, music. It could be some hot girl summer music bumping in the back, you know what I mean? It could be some meditation music like I got on right now. Whatever your vibe is, you know, you could be dancing while you're doing it, shaking all that energy out. But I'm just seeing this vision of somebody cleaning their house, and that may be what you're doing right now while you're listening to this, or you may be feeling like you need to do. And I'm feeling like that's, you know, gonna help during this time, because that's very cancerian energy to clear out your space, and kind of connect to this home space during this time, especially if you're going through any kind of heartache or heart pain, or being triggered, or, you know, working through any past traumas during this time period. And finding that quiet space to connect with Creator, the divine, you know, your inner self, whatever it is that you consider that source, finding that space to do that connect, and to pray and to speak from your heart, whatever it is that these heart traumas are, these triggers are. I feel for some of you, and this may not be for all of you, this may just be for a few, some of you, but, you know, you're so used to being the strong one. You're so used to, I'm getting the vision of like someone having this heavy load on their back and this heavy wall, you know, this very, very stern wall in front of them and surrounding them, that they don't always know how to allow themselves to let go and to release. Cancerian energy is all about letting go, of releasing, allowing yourself to be nurtured and nurturing yourself. And yes, it's also protection with that shell, but it's also like nurturing yourself in your home. And if you're not able to be vulnerable with yourself, you know, how can you release and let go and connect with your heart and what's going on at this time? I feel like that's why. Wow, whoa, okay, sorry, I didn't even see this card. It was just chilling in my hand, and I was gonna look at the card and talk about the card once I finished talking about the vision I was having of someone carrying something on their back. But this is just like strong confirmation. This is kind of the feeling of like, you know, you're being overburdened, look at this person, you know, it's just like they just feel so much is going on, and it's just like they're on the ground, and it's like a mental prison. And our ability to connect to our hearts, and our ability to connect to our body and just breathe into our body and be still is really going to be helpful to any of those heart feelings that might be coming up, any kind of emotions or triggers, or any feelings about everything that's going on. You know, it's a great way to really allow yourself to release and allow yourself to get that nurturing and nourishment from spirit, which, you know, Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. It is also home in the moon sign, like it is the zodiac that rules the moon. And so it's really about connecting to that energy, connecting to our emotional body, connecting to the depths and shadows, and allowing ourselves to sit in that space. You know, it's like the vision of someone just sitting out at dark, you know, with the new moon, and being cloaked in protection and cloaked in love and sitting out there and talking to spirit, talking to themselves, talking to the divine, and allowing these things to be released, allowing themselves to cry, especially if you have not cried in a long time. You may feel the need to cry during this time period, and it is healthy to release. It is healthy to get those things off your chest so that we can cleanse ourselves. Our tears are nourishing our prayers, you know? That's how I've always been taught, is that tears nourish our prayers and cleanse us. And when we cry, or when we feel the need to cry, or if we're blocking ourselves from crying and we don't know how to cry, then we're blocking our prayers and our body from cleansing and being nourished. And it's actually part of our healthy ecosystem, is to allow our body to do that. So you may be called to that during this time period. Ooh, man. Cancers are also known for being very empathetic. So you may be feeling a lot of other people's emotions right now. You may be feeling a lot of just the emotions of everything in the world. And it's an energy where sometimes it's good to pause, to stop, to go within, to take that time to take care of yourself, to, you know, like I said, to cloak yourself in your home space, to clean out your home space and make it this cozy getaway. Put a pause on everything, rest, recharge, step away from the internet, step away from your phone, step away from even whatever's playing on repeat in your brain. You know, I feel like it's very important. Spirit wants me to talk about the stories that we play on repeat in our brain and how draining. Like, I feel a pain right here saying that, and I don't know if you're having headaches. For whoever's watching this, I feel like some of you are having these headaches, and it's feeling like right here and like right here in your neck, back aches, coming from the stress and from continuously playing these stories over and over again, and this heartache and like feeding into that energy and like obsessing over how do I fix it, how do I let go of it, or I'm broken, or these situations keep happening again and again, or I can't get out of it. It's just like, whoa, pause, take some deep breaths, and just for a moment allow yourself to not need to work on yourself. I saw someone post, like, you're not a self-improvement project, you know, you're not a home. You are a home, you know, your temple, your home, but, and it is a very time to take care of the home, but you don't always need to be constantly working on yourself. You don't always need to be constantly trying to fix things. It is important to work on ourselves and to grow, but it's also important to rest and take time to be in your home space, to be in your bed, to be in your on that downtime, and cleanse ourselves, unplug, reconnect to spirit, and nourish ourselves in whatever way that means for you. It might be taking a nice hot bath during the new moon, and just, you know, talking about what is on your heart. The actual act of speaking it out loud can be very powerful, especially during new moons. The Hierophants, yeah. You know, I feel there are many, many lessons that are coming through, that are being downloaded. What other advice do you have for us? Ooh, that's right. In this Cancer energy, and this Empress energy, and this feminine energy, creation, there's going to be something new that's created from that. When we, you know, when the Empress is reversed, it's a sign that we're, you know, in a toxic feminine energy. And remember that this applies for everyone, whether you are in a female body, a male body, in a non-binary body. You know, we all have this energy of masculine and feminine energy that we have the ability to tap into. And the feminine energy is all about, you know, being in the moon energy, the Cancer energy, that mother energy. Under the new moon, there's no light outside. That darkness, that womb energy is where creation happens, is where rebirth happens, is where that everything is purged and something brand new is created and transformed, where alchemy happens. And I feel that for a lot of us, the things that are coming up, the triggers that are happening, are asking us, calling us to alchemize it, to put it into this womb space, to be I'm getting the vision of the dung beetle. It's the scarab beetle. It's a scarab beetle, and they take their dung, which is their poop, and they birth their babies in it, and they roll it around, and then they know exactly how long to keep it in the poop to keep it protected, and then get it wet, and then the babies are born. And so they literally take their shit and make new life out of it, you know. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this reading, and the message that needs to be spoken right now. And a reminder, I feel like there's a strong reminder that a lot of, if you're feeling weak or vulnerable or unsure of where to go, a reminder of how far you've come and how much you've learned, and a reminder of how much you've been building up to this moment to have this strength that you have right now, and to be able to pull from that place of strength, and that you are capable of getting through to the other side, of breaking that chain of mental spiraling, of continuing forward, of allowing yourself space to pause, of being your own best friend and champion at this time, of not needing to fix anything, of allowing yourself to not have all the answers and need to be the one taking care of everything, but just taking care of you. And in this space is where creation and creativity explores, and beautiful new opportunities and inspiration and passion is rebirthed. And I feel currently at this time of the new moon, your passion may be feeling a little bit tested. Your zest for life might be feeling a little bit tested. And that is what is necessary for manifestation. You know, and some of you watching this right now, I feel, are have been really focused on manifestation, have been really focused on a specific vision, a specific life that you want for yourself, a specific way that you want someone to act, a relationship to go down. And I'm being reminded to say how it is important to speak the things that we want in our life, but it's equally important to work with the divine in co-creation, and to flow and allow ourselves to be guided instead of constantly forcing our will, especially when other people are involved. Justice, and that's confirmation, right? If you try to force your will on other people, justice will always, karma will always prevail. I'm really just believing in this right now, tapping into this right now. Whew. I'm also hearing like you can't fight fire with fire, you know, as much as you may want to. You know, it's just gonna get a whole lot of people burned, you know what I mean? And the importance of cooling off and taking that time when in the fire, when in the flames, to rest and to cool yourself off. And it's like I see the vision of like a volcano erupting, right? There's been so much energy, so much internal coming out, and needing to allow it, that hot lava, to cool off, and to really see, you know, what the damage is, or really see how to move forward, or see any of those things. You know, you can't do that while the lava is still erupting. And so I hope that makes sense. All right. Any last messages you have for the collective today for our new moon? Hey, Queen of Rods. Queen of Rods. And I think that's just like, oh, Queen of Cups. Look at that. Yep. I think this is just, confirmation that when we come together and work with our passion, work with our emotions, and work with together, this is very like, I'm also getting very powerful female vibes right now, lifting one another up for, that feminine energy in the world. And again, this is not just for female identified people, just that female energy in general, that energy of creation, that energy of nurturing, that energy of that female energy brings, really nurturing and honoring that energy during this time, and collaborating with that energy with multiple people, I think can be really fruitful, and really nourishing and healing as well. And there's this remembering that you don't have to be necessarily with another person to tap into this energy collectively. You can always tap into that collective nourishing energy and receive that nourishment from our Divine Mother, from the divine, from Spirit, and ask to connect with that energy and receive and to be restored in that way. And I think that's an energy that a lot of us could benefit from connecting with during this time, okay? Whew. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull, lastly, some oracle cards from my shadow deck, Threads of Fate. I love this deck. I hope that these messages, again, find you well and resonate with you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes. That's so, look at this. It says connect to heart. And it has these two dogs and they're crying with the moon in the background. And that's the vibe right now, y'all. This is the vibe. Connecting to that heart space and just allowing that release and purge to happen. And getting that out, so that it doesn't, I feel like it's like a stream is, when you see a stream and the water stops rushing, it stops pouring, right? It's not crying. This is like the analogy, right? The metaphor I'm saying, it's like the stream, when it stops pouring, it stops moving, it goes still and dies and gets toxic. A stream that is not rushing, it's known that you're not supposed to drink out of a stream that's not moving, right? That there's there's bacteria in it, and all that stuff is not clean water. And so it's kind of the same with our system. Like when our water is not moving, we're not allowing ourselves to cry or to release, or maybe not drinking enough water. For some of you, you may feel called to drink more water during this time. Make sure you're nurturing your basic needs, water, food, taking care of yourself, and not eating, a bunch of things that have you out of balance. So when you're not allowed to do that, you're backed up, your system becomes toxic. Anyways, I'm going to read what this card says. This card asks you to connect to the heart space. This is a place of bravery, integration, vulnerability, and compassion. This may mean pushing past any fear you may have about opening up in true connection. This may mean finding forgiveness or empathy. Whew. This may mean softening. Most of us have layers of defense mechanism around our heart that prevent us from being present, from receiving love, from giving love. This card asks you to examine what armor you can let go of and where you can nurture yourself in this space. And some of the symbols on here are the dog and rose quartz, which is a stone, a pink stone. I don't have any nearby me. Oh wait, I have one right here. It's a little moon rose quartz. but it's a pink stone, and it's really, really known for helping us tap into our heart space and that feminine energy, and allowing ourselves to work on our heart space and love, and you know, especially when we're feeling hurt or feeling like we have a lot of walls up or feeling fearful. And then the dog also is a symbolization, symbol of this love as well, because dogs, you know, they are very trusting, and you know, they will roll over and show you their belly and expose their most vulnerable parts. And so it's like learning from the dog and on how to connect with others and connect with ourselves, and allowing ourselves to be in that vulnerable space. All right, I'm also gonna pull a card from Spacewalker's Big Deck Energy. Shout out to another hip-hop artist and priestess, Spacewalker, and her amazing deck of cards. Oop, these cards are just like bouncing everywhere. Ooh, let me see if I can find one. Okay. No, I just want one. Sorry, like every time I shuffle these cards, like 100 are coming out. Okay. What does our hearts most need to hear at this time, Divine? What messages do you have for us? What guidance do you have? What do we need to hear most at this time? Okay. Ooh, okay. I got two. I mean, I guess I kept getting like a bunch, so I guess we're just gonna settle with two. The first one says, belly laughs and ribbons of time wrap around my highest good and carry me and my light towards the sun where I never misstep. The sky wept for my pain and then washed it away, never to climb up my doubt again. Rainbows have worlds more to offer the world than mere beauty. Where was the lightning when you were born? Where is it now? How do you know? Use that. Your job is to have fun. Your job is to trust that your prayers are being heard. Your job is to trust the way the answer chooses to speak. If you judge their accent, what are you decorating your office with? Heaven on earth is still in heaven. Do we realize that? Do we like it? Do we let it know? Do we let it flow? How do we find love without giving anything up? Look, listen, learn how to tell how you feel, and then tell us what you need so we can help. We really want to, you know. We wouldn't if we didn't, but we do, so please let us know. I love that, and I feel like that's just confirmation of really tapping in and connecting with that hurt, connecting with that pain, speaking about it, you know, being vulnerable with the divine, with yourself at a sacred space somewhere in your home, you know, cleaning out that space and connecting to that space, and just really allowing your troubles and your worries and anxieties and fears to be given to spirit during this time of the new moon in Cancer, or whenever you hear this reading, because like I said, it is a timeless, intuitive reading. All right, last card. Whoa, that's popped out real fast. And again, it was multiple cards, so I'm gonna try and get one card. Oh my goodness. All right, again, we got two, so I'm gonna settle with two, okay? What? Okay, I knew this card was gonna come out when I shuffled this deck. I just knew it because the vision that I had, and it's just wild how spirit works that way. It's just strong confirmation. It's the same when the 10 of Swords popped out. Like, I didn't know that this card was gonna come out, but I also kind of knew, because this was the vision I was having when I was talking about being still and allowing space to heal and just be by yourself and be vulnerable. This woman is completely naked in a sacred space somewhere in the dark, you know, covered in that protection. And then the other one I have is all about allowing our emotions to move up and down. All right, so I'm gonna read this one first. It says, heal. I allow stillness to heal and reveal. If we take a moment to be still, even amongst the chaos, we get in touch with our true essence and can tune into a more centered presence. Hold on, I'm gonna plug in my phone real quick. Sorry, I kept getting messages that this was about to die, and I really wanted to make sure that I could finish this reading without it dying. Okay, so we're gonna do this again. Heal. If we take a moment to be still, even amongst the chaos, we get in touch with our true essence and can tune into a more centered presence. Stories of our pasts, mistakes we've made, regret, resentment, heartache, deep wounds or lessons, these can all be healed. And we can always be restored. Each time you soften into the present moment, you have an opportunity to heal, grow, and create something better. No matter what has happened along the way, you have not been ruined, and there is no unhealable state of mind. Surrender and be gentle with yourself today. Show up just as you are. Allow stillness to heal and reveal whatever is present. A radiant woman is emerging from the depths of the earth. Having lived a life full of many textures and teachings, you're powerful beyond measure and must participate in your own healing. Woo-wee. Just gonna let that. And this card, this deck, the Moon deck, is centered around, feminine bodies, but I believe that, again, whether it's talking about being a radiant woman, a radiant man, or a radiant non-binary person, I believe that these messages are applicable for everyone, and everyone can tap into that self-healing and nurturing state, no matter what gender you present yourself as. All right, next one. My emotions move through cycles and connect me to my truth. And this one for me has always just been about honoring, that roller coaster of emotions that sometimes we can feel, those intense highs, those intense lows, and everything in between. It says, we are cyclical in nature and fluctuate. We ebb and flow, rise and fall, contract and expand, and everything in between. Our cycles are a gift and carry deep and rich wisdom. Embrace your cycles and know that they inspire heightened intuition and creative genius. They also unearth buried desires, reveal where self-care is lacking, awaken directive inquiry, and invite you to truly feel your rhythms. If you resist your essential nature, you may feel disconnected or lose touch with your ability to self-regulate. Your body informs and guides you. Pause and feel. Pause and feel. Stagnation may be a call for change. Feeling stuck may be a sign to move. Weighed down with clutter may be a nudge to make space. Give yourself permission to feel your full range of emotions and multifaceted nature. This is key to your vitality and wisdom. Ooh! Man! I just want to sit in that for a second. I just, I still get so amazed the way that Spirit speaks through these readings, the messages that, were coming through, and then the way that the cards spoke to those messages directly. So I just want to, again, thank the divine and thank your guides and my guides. And thank you for creating this space in your day to connect in this way, and to come on this channel and to listen to these messages, and for trusting me to give these messages to you. I just think it's an honor to be able to pull tarot and to, share this space together. And I really just want to show gratitude and express my gratitude, and, and thank your intuition and for, guiding you here. And may these messages help to give you clarity and help to strengthen your intuition. And may you have a blessed full new moon in Cancer, or whenever you are listening to this. I also did want to plug in, for some reason I'm getting called to talk about my Just Be candle that I have here. This candle I created during the full moon in Leo, and it's all about letting your inner lion roar. And the prayer and the intention in here says, whether on the hunt or basking in the sun, just by being a lion exudes regality, poise, and pride for all that they are. I call upon my inner lion for strength, confidence, and a greater capacity to love. And I just feel like this candle, you know, could really help a few of you out there. I think I only have 4 left. So if you are interested in getting one, please make sure to hit me up on the socials at Moon Magic Flows and DM me and let me know that you're interested in purchasing one. Because they are, you know, they're only made during specific astrological events, and once they are gone, they're, I'm not able to make them again until another astrological event. And some of these events, you know, are 1 in 100 years. So this one was made with rose petals in it as well, and charged up under the full moon in Leo, and with these intentions and prayers in it. So if you are interested in receiving this candle, definitely hit me up, and it would be an honor to be able to get this over to you. But aside from that, you can find me at Moon Magic Flows or www.moonmagicflows.com. And until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week, and sending you all the love. Take care.